taking at his home in Nevis. He is stationed at the Navy aircraft carrier USS Kearsarge?
Kearsarge.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I made Master Chief on that thing, so that 58, that's when I was on the Kearsarge.
Kearsarge. What is that named after?
Huh?
Kearsarge.
A mountain or a park or something. I think, isn't there a national park in New England called Kearsarge?
Tell them what happened to that ship, Bill.
No, not that one. This aircraft carrier.
Oh, not the aircraft.
No. There's a long history. In fact, I have it in my garage. And did I ever tell you about the passenger ship I took to the Philippines when I was 17 years old? Right after I left Camp Shoemaker, I was transported downtown. Sea bag, it was your hammock. If you wanted to sleep, you had to take your hammock.
Wow, you have to take your own bed, like.
And your mattress. So all of that, at 110 pounds, 17-year-old boy, struggled up that damn ladder.
And nobody probably helped you, right?
No, they'd laugh at you if you.
Oh, jeez.
Make fun of you or something if you didn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, anyway, the ship was a luxury liner that I got on. And it was ran by civilians, but being they were in war zones, they needed some protection, so they put some guns on it. And they had a few Navy people on this civilian ship, this luxury liner called the US something. Valentine. No, that's not it. It's after a woman, isn't it? Anyway, Evangeline. It was a luxury liner. And it was built the year I was born, built in 1927. Well, during the war, they were short on ships, and they made it a ship to transport troops. And instead of 200 passengers, they probably put 2,000 troops on there.
Oh my gosh.
And they would put you in these hammocks stretched where you could just barely get your hand between. You couldn't even turn over without waking the guy up that lived on top of you.
Geez.
I don't know how high. And then you had to figure out a way to get up and down from there too. Well, anyway, there were so many people on there, they could only serve 2 meals a day. And you had to stand up to eat.
It's not enough place to sit down?
I was sitting up on the deck. If you could find a place to sit on the deck, there were so many people there. We were zigzagging all across the ocean. We would never go straight. Like we'd go 5 miles and we'd turn left. We'd go 5 miles left and turn right.
Why do you do that?
It's called zigzagging. So the submarines can't figure out where you're going.
Oh.
And we was in a convoy. There were probably 50 ships out there. And some of them were like us that really couldn't protect ourselves. And the rest were smaller ships with torpedoes. And well, anyway, one day I was up on deck and they were going to try out their guns. And they shot one of the guns, the first shot, one of the, we call them bulkheads, walls fell down. It was a piece of plywood ship on the upper part of
Mhm.
it, and it fell off. But anyway, keep in mind it was a luxury liner, and everything inside of this ship was wood. The hull was steel, but everything, and it had varnish on it, shine the wood did. Well, anyway, after World War II, they converted it back to a luxury liner, and they used it as a cheap trip to go to the Bahamas from Miami. Well, one night, it caught fire in the middle of the night, about midnight.
Oh,
And the way it caught fire was, they had some extra mattresses and they didn't know what to do with them, so they stacked them all up in this one stateroom, clear to the ceiling, and the mattresses were touching the light bulb. And that's what started the fire.
Oh gosh,
Well,
all that wood.
They went to fight the fire and nothing worked. Fire extinguishers were empty. The hoses either had holes in them, they couldn't get water to the fire, and they finally decided they was going to have to abandon ship. And they did know that there was at least one other ship and maybe more around close by to rescue them. But the first ones off the ship was the captain and his senior officers. They saved themselves.
Oh
I've
my
got this
gosh.
all in a story out there
Oh
with the
my
picture
gosh,
of this
that
ship.
is really something. Well, that's not like Sullenberger, you know, with the
Yeah,
way he landed his plane was the
it's,
last one off.
but